In a homicide case, the district's attorney's role is to not only prosecute the defendant, but also to present a clear and compelling narrative that creates a vivid and accurate picture for the jury and the judge, compelling them to fully grasp the severity of the crime and advocate for the maximum sentence during deliberation. The prosecutor must meticulously present every piece of evidence in a chronological and concise manner, ensuring that the information is clear and easily understood by all parties involved. That is exactly what Special Prosecutor Brandon Delfont would achieve during this trial. When delving into the missing case of Susana Morales, not only would it resonate within the hearts of people worldwide, but also have a lasting impact on those who were directly involved with the case.
I kind of had a feeling that night, because Detective Keshler was communicating with me while I was at the other scene and telling me that they believed it was going to be, a Hispanic teenage girl, and then the time frame that they estimated that she had been gone. It all lined up. Even though the distance was kind of far, I really was hoping it wasn't her.
Just for me, the anguish and the sadness and the that the mother posed it. I apologize, sorry. But every time I see my daughter in her face, I saw Jasmine.
She was a prankster of the family, the jokester. She was the one that would always make us laugh. If we were sad, she was the one that crack out a joke or make sure that we're okay. She had the most beautiful smile. And an amazing voice.
Did she like to sing?
All the time.
What went through your mind at that moment when you heard?
Pasó por su mente en ese momento cuando escuché.
No quería eso. Yo no quería esa noticia.
I did not want that those news.
Yo la esperaba.
I was waiting for her.
Y la sigo esperando.
And I'm still waiting for her.
The drama began to unfold on July 26, 2022, when 16-year-old Susana Morales was reported missing by her family after she failed to return home from visiting a friend's house whom she was told not to visit by her mother.
My mom called me. I think I was already asleep around that time, but she called me at night asking if I had heard from Susie because she wasn't answering any of her text or phone calls. And at that time, I really didn't think anything bad. I told her, it's okay. Let's just wait for tomorrow. Maybe her phone died or maybe she fell asleep at her friend's house. That's what happened that night.
You weren't overly concerned at that point.
I wasn't.
About anything. What did you do after the phone call with your mother?
I do believe I tried calling her. And then when she didn't respond, I just texted my mom back. She didn't answer me.
So after you talked to your mother that night, just kind of walk us through what the rest of your night looked like.
I was already asleep, so I think I just fell back asleep.
And what was the next thing that happened in relation to your sister disappearing?
The next thing, I went to work the next day around 6 a.m. So I remember that morning, 2 hours into my shift, I believe, my mom called me. She's like, hey, Susie still hasn't come back home. I'm worried. And that's when I also started to get worried. So I told her just to give me a couple minutes. I'm going to talk to my bosses to see if they can let me go home. Because we wanted to make a police report. I was like, okay, wait for me. I'm about to be there. And I left, and that's when we called 911.
According to Maria, Susana's mother, she stated that she had a bad feeling that night after Susana did not return home. Maria explained that it was unlike her daughter to not contact, and her concerns prompted her to reach out to the parents of Susana's friends, only to learn that Susana had never arrived.
At what point did you think that something bad had happened?
¿En qué punto, en qué momento pensó usted que algo malo había sucedido?
Después de que no me contestaba, yo pensé que algo le había sucedido porque ella siempre...
After she didn't answer, I thought something had happened because she always...
Aunque su teléfono está apagado, me llamaba del teléfono de sus amigas.
Even if her phone was off, she would call me from her friends' phones.
Okay. And you received no phone calls or text messages from her?
Usted no recibió ni llamadas ni mensajes de texto de ella.
Nada.
Nothing.
A police report was filed the very next day, but officers would wait 72 hours to begin actively searching for Susana, based on the assumption that she might have voluntarily left home.
Can you tell us, generally, when a missing person report comes in, when somebody files a missing persons report, what is the protocol? How does that work at the police department?
Sure. So typically we'll get the missing person report. We gather information on the identity of the person. Typically at that point, it's given to our what is called the assistant administrator, where she will give the family members a call to get more detail, whether that's to get a picture that will be able to assemble out into the public. On top of that, they were just how things go. They want to make sure they got medical records, and then after about, I would say typically when it comes to missing runaways, they typically within the 2 weeks we typically find them, just because of just the technology world. But if after 30 days if the victim is not found, the case is now given to a detective to do more work into trying to figure out what's going on.
Data retrieved from Life360, a family location sharing app, indicated that Susana was last recorded walking home around 10 p.m. near the intersection of Peachtree Industrial Boulevard and Winters Chapel Road in Norcross, Georgia, approximately 1.5 miles from her home. To summarize, here's a brief overview from a reporting officer who closely worked with the family in locating Susana.
As I said before, I knew that this had occurred. A day later, I got a call from Jasmine. She said that she really wanted to talk with me and just to let me know what had occurred, what she thinks what may have occurred to her sister. Jasmine and her mother, Miss Guadalupe, and Esmeralda actually came up to the headquarters, and I met with them in our conference room. And, Miss Guadalupe doesn't speak a lot of English, so Jasmine translated for her mother, and basically was advised that Susana was going over to Esmeralda House for during that time frame, but I think later they realized that she did not go to Esmeralda's house, and at that point, her mother, made contact with her to let her know that you're not supposed to be over at Kelly's house, and that I was on my way to pick you up. And Susana told her, no, don't come pick me up. I'm just going to walk home. And so she walked home, and then Jasmine said that after a while, she realized that Susana had not gotten home yet. And so she pulled up the family's 360 just to see where her whereabouts were. And then it looked that she was walking on to Singleton Road. And then all of a sudden, her GPS basically took off. It showed it going 40 miles per hour the opposite way. And then about 100 yards away, the connection just went away. She really felt adamant that something had happened to Susana.
The very next day, police would receive a phone call from courtesy officer Miles Bryant, claiming that his firearm had been stolen.
Hey, Mr. Bryant.
You're probably getting slammed, I'm sorry.
No, you good?
Yeah. So yesterday, I don't know what time, man. I went running around here. I did a bunch of stuff yesterday. Mm-hmm. And I came back, I went to the store and everything. I had it at the store, and I came back, I went running everything, and then my girl was finna leave, and I was like, I got my wallet. I don't know where my wallet at. So I can't find my wallet. And then this morning, I worked Doorville. I was getting my dry cleaner. I got to work tonight. And then I looked on my floorboard, and my Glock 19 holster is on the floorboard. And my Glock 19 is always together,
Right.
So, I hate to say it, I think I left my, they ain't smashed the window or nothing. I fuck around, left my door unlocked. The biggest, I know, man, I get on people all the time. I take inner auto report. But I just want to at least put that, on GCIC.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It was in there when you went to the store last night, correct?
Yeah, it was. I don't know.
You know?
I don't know. I looked down this morning and saw my holster. I said, I can't find my wallet. My holster's there. My gun and holster is never separate. You know, we the people conceal holster. If I take it, I take the holster. I don't carry it free. So that's definitely missing. I appreciate it, bro.
Hey, hopefully you find your wallet. It's not actually.
Yeah, I know.
Either way, it's going on there. All right, bro.
Cool, appreciate it, bro.
Hey, take care of yourself.
As police archived the stolen firearm, Detective William Merkley noted that it seemed quite odd that he showed no interest in recovering the stolen firearm, but rather seemed more focused on formally logging it as missing.
Did in your call with Mr. Bryant, he make any statements about how he wanted you to handle or investigate the report?
He stated that he just wanted the gun listed as stolen and that he didn't really want detectives looking into it.
Based on your training and experience with Gwinnett County Police Department, what were your thoughts when you heard that? Is that normal?
I found it a little odd that we had a serial number for specific property that could be returned to him, but he didn't want any follow-up done with this case.
The very next day, the family began searching and distributing posters and flyers, pleading for the public's help. Despite receiving numerous phone calls, none of the leads were at all helpful. Little did they know they would receive a phone call directly from the suspect.
Did the police department ever disseminate any kind of flyer or information about Susana's disappearance?
Yes, sir. In fact, that was one of the things that I got done. I actually did what we call it, be on the lookout bulletin. And our PIO actually sent that out so that it was a press release. So her name and photo was actually out there. I know that when I had met with Jasmine and Esmeralda, they really wanted to take it a step further by putting it on social media and actually doing flyers. But I kind of told them not to do that because in my experience of dealing with those type of things, people are very exploited from doing that because people know that they can actually extort them for money by doing that. And well, behold, that ended up happening. And so people will contact Jasmine, but they will always say that they saw Susana like yesterday or something, and they would never leave their name. And I told Jasmine to make sure if they contact you, please make sure they give us a call because she was receiving a humongous amount of intel calls, but no one ever called the police. We never received not one call.
That behavior that you described it as exploitive behavior, do you see that commonly when family members or friends start posting their phone numbers and contact information like that?
Yes, absolutely, and that's why I didn't want them to do it. But I did understand the reason why. I mean, I would have done it for my kid too.
While the investigation ensued for the missing teen, on December 22nd, 5 months after Susana's disappearance, Elisha Bates would place a 911 phone call claiming that she was currently being stalked and the perpetrator is attempting to break into her apartment.
4 seconds. Gwinnett 911, what's the location of your emergency? Okay, do you know this person?
Yes. No.
Who is it?
Miles Bryant.
Miles Bryant?
Yes.
Who is he to you?
He's a friend since years ago. I graduated 2019.
How do you know it's him?
My neighbor caught it on camera. It was today and I knew it was.
Okay, what is he, when you say he's breaking in?
He's at my door trying to get in.
So is he like jiggling the door? Is he kicking it?
Yes, and pushing up against it.
Were y'all in a relationship?
No, never. He dated my best friend.
Have you seen any weapons?
No.
Why would he be trying to get into your house?
I don't know.
I mean, he wouldn't just randomly come to your house. Had y'all been in an argument?
No, never, ever. Can you help me?
That's what I'm doing, but I need you to stay on the phone with me.
No, we're never in a relationship.
Okay, so why would he be at your house? Is your friend there? No, I don't know. I don't know, ma'am. Obviously something's going on that you're not telling me. I don't know why that...
No, ma'am, there's nothing going on that I'm not telling you.
In February 2023, 6 months after Susana was initially reported missing, a resident in the area was walking through the woods when he stumbled across what seemed like human remains. He would immediately call 911.
And at some point while you're on the phone with your sister and walking around the woods, did you find something?
Yes. I stepped over a log and found the remains.
And specifically, when you said remains, what did you see?
Specifically, I found a human skull.
Did you know right then that it was human?
Yes.
How?
Very undeniably human.
When you saw the skull, sir, what did you do?
Well, I hung up the phone and called 911.
After further investigation, a significant breakthrough was made. The firearm reported stolen by courtesy officer Miles Bryant was discovered near the crime scene. This discovery now prompted law enforcement to shift their focus on Miles. Upon examining Miles' cell phone data, forensic analysis confirmed that he was in the immediate vicinity of the crime scene the night Susana was reported missing. This evidence provided sufficient grounds to consider Miles a suspect, leading authorities to detain him and bring him in for further questioning.
Just trying to document everything. That's all we are. No problem. Yeah, okay. Do I come with y'all? Can I drive there? We'll drive you, man. Yeah, we'll take you up there. Yeah, you don't gotta waste your gas or anything and all that stuff. Yeah, man. Turn gas, man. Can I call my girlfriend up there later on? We'll call her once we get up there, okay? Right now, we'll just go up there. You got any guns or anything on you? No, I don't. That's good. You don't? No. Okay, can I pat you down just to make sure? What's going on, man? You're good. It's our policy, man. We just I know how this road. Yeah, you know how it is. You know that we don't want to get our balls busted with the GDM and everything.
In the beginning of this interrogation, Miles is seated across lead detective Angela Carter and her investigative partner. The detectives employ a strategic approach, adopting an overtly friendly and reassuring demeanor in order to establish rapport and encourage open dialogue. Although detectives occasionally appear lighthearted, even joking with the suspect at times, detectives remain highly vigilant, acutely aware of the circumstantial evidence implicating the suspect. In hindsight, Bryant is also aware of law enforcement's growing suspicion, as he will soon reveal. The detective begins by gathering basic information before Mirandizing the suspect.
So you said you worked at Forsyth?
Yes.
So how long did you work at Forsyth?
Maybe a year.
Okay. You go to school or anything? Like college?
I thought about it, but I want to get working, so.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Police department?
I want to get like a crime suppression team and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
like lead it?
Yeah.
Nice.
It probably goes, not lead it, and then probably goes like CID.
Okay.
Detective.
What kind of CID stuff you want to do?
We just have general CID. I don't know. I know it's not breaking up stuff like that.
City agencies do that.
I want to do like maybe like burglary. Like that. I hate people who steal.
Yeah.
I don't like these.
Okay. Speaking of steal, oh shoot, you know what I just thought of? If you've never been here before, right? Okay, so if you wanted to leave, you couldn't, right? Because you wouldn't know. I mean, like you wouldn't know how to get out of here.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna Miranda warnings. I'm just gonna read it just because if you want to. I know. Don't feel like a perp. Okay, I'm sorry.
I really feel like a perp.
No. All right. Are you ready? Okay.
Detective begins by inquiring into the lost firearm that was reported stolen the day after Susana's disappearance. Unbeknownst to Bryant, law enforcement had already recovered the missing firearm, thus making him a prime suspect in the crime. Cell tower data would also reveal that Bryant devices was present at the precise location where Susana's remains were discovered, as well as the exact area where his firearm was located.
Okay, you understand? Okay, cool. All right. So, I learned that you were the courtesy officer, but I was trying to I was looking up, again, I'm the lead on the Susana Morales. So I was looking up calls in the area, like suspicious person calls and stuff like that. And I actually saw the next day, someone broke into your car.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking it's probably, this is our theory we're working with right now. We're thinking it's probably going to be related because it was kind of the same night. The person who probably did that to you may know something. So I just wanted to get a little bit more detail, because basically before it was just an entering auto report. Yeah. And I'm not trying to downplay you as a victim. I'm just, sometimes we don't ask a ton of questions with those kind of things. Yeah. So tell me about that day.
I don't really remember a little bit. I remember I came home, ran in the house to get something, and when I came out, everything was still fine. I left. I just remember seeing my holster. I have a We the People holster. And I remember seeing my holster on the ground. I was like, my holster's never on the ground. Bad habit. Like right now, my gun's probably sitting up on my thing. Bad habit. But my holster's never on the ground. So I looked, and I was like, nothing was ramaged through. Nothing. I was like, my gun's missing, you know? But I was like, my gun's never missing. It's never out the holster, you know, it's always. So I was like, I looked everywhere. I looked in the house. My girlfriend was making jokes nonstop, like somebody took their gun. Ha, somebody took their gun. She was there. She just poured something on. She was at the house.
You know she's got it.
She was at the house.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So you said you looked over. Was that? What day do you think it was stolen on? You think it was the day that you reported it or the day before?
I'm not sure. I think the day before.
Okay. Tell me about that day.
I don't really remember that day. I just remember.
Like, did you go anywhere like unusual, like maybe like a hot spot for any autos, anything like that?
I don't really remember that day. I think I had to be stolen at the apartment though. At the apartment complex.
Do you? I guess what I'm saying is like, did you? I think when I was reading the report, it said something about you left somewhere with your girlfriend and you came back. So that's basically what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know where we went that day, but I'm saying we had went out and we came back, and I think that's when they stole it. I don't know what time though.
Did you go anywhere else that day? Did you have to do? I know you mentioned that you do stuff with the apartment complex, like pass out stuff. Did you do anything with that?
What day was? I really don't remember.
Yeah, I know.
I was back then. I don't know. I don't really remember what I did that day.
Because the officer wrote in his report that you like possibly did patrols or something, so that could have happened. So I'm just trying to figure out like what time you would do patrols and.
I try to do patrols sometimes at night or in daytime.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, in daytime, but. What did I do that? What did we? I don't know what we did that day. Me and my girlfriend. I have no clue.
Okay. Would she know? We have better memory than you. No.
I don't think.
What's her name?
Zenobia.
Zenobia. Oh, how do you spell that?
SANOVIA.
I'm gonna tell her. What's her last name?
That's the one.
I was about to be like, I'm gonna totally tell her you guys. All right.
The detective proceeds to ask Miles if he has any knowledge regarding Susana's disappearance. In response, he confidently distances himself from the victim. A closer examination of Miles' kinesics reveals his hands firmly clasped together throughout the entire interrogation, accompanied by minimal outward expressions. Such a gesture often signifies a combination of restraint, emotional suppression, confidence, as well as a self-soothing mechanism.
What did you hear about it? Did anyone call you about it, like the apartment complex or anything?
I told them I was at the pool one day, and because they mentioned it and stuff like that, and they were just talking about, they were just arguing with her and stuff like that.
Who?
I keep saying his name Marlon. I do not think his name is Marlon.
You said Marlon Jr. and BJ.
Yeah, Junior, BJ. And I don't know if his name is Marlon. It's heavyset black kid. I don't know if his name is Marlon.
Yeah.
I know Marlon like that. So they was saying they was arguing with the heavyset black kid right before she went missing or something like that.
She was arguing with the heavyset black kid?
Yeah.
Is that Marlon?
I think his name is Marlon.
But that's what you're referring to when you say Marlon, the heavyset black kid?
Yeah.
What were they arguing about?
I have no clue. I don't know if they was actually arguing, but joning, the joshing.
Yeah, I know what joshing is. Yeah, I know what it is.
But that's the last thing I heard besides like the news and like Facebook posts and stuff.
Have you ever seen her? She used to be over there quite a bit.
Detective Angela strategically leans forward to present Miles with a map of the area, briefly making contact with his legs in the process. This subtle gesture is employed as a tactic to lower the suspect's defenses. This is especially highlighted as later during the interrogation, when confronted with incriminating evidence, Miles exhibits visible discomfort, shifting away from Angela to create distance.
Because I only know about that exit gate that's on Singleton. I don't remember ever really coming in here.
Yeah, I go out the exit gate sometimes, go around, but that's it.
There's a pool right here.
Okay, so this is a listening office. Sometimes I sit right here, and sometimes I come down here and sit just to watch the camera and listen to our conversations.
Oh, to make sure.
It's
toxic.
On your own camera, at your apartment.
But yeah, something going
at least that's easy to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Sometimes when it's getting chance. Sometimes I come out, go around, come down here, sometimes come down here, stuff like that, really.
Okay.
In our department, I don't know why.
What? She literally like did drugs and
Yeah.
For real?
yeah, she like smoked. She not like hardcore drugs, but she smoked weed.
Everybody smokes weed.
Exactly.
You know, I don't smoke weed, all right, relax. I don't smoke weed.
I smoked weed before I started working
when I was in high school.
here.
Yeah. No, but I don't trip about weed, bro.
No, there's too much of it out there to worry about
weed, man.
I use the weed to get in the car and find the other drugs.
Yeah,
that's
weed, man.
That's the way to do it.
Now, the detective strategically discloses that Miles' firearm has been recovered, but refrains from directly attributing suspicions to him, maintaining the guise of just a mere coincidence. The lead detective continues to project an empathic stance, prompting Miles to offer any insight or explanations as to why his firearm would be found in the vicinity where Susana's remains were discovered.
So basically, my sergeant just confirmed. So we did find your gun, actually. Yeah. So that just like raises suspicion even more. Not with you, but like I think it's the same person who probably, because it wasn't listed as stolen before, but I couldn't figure out who had found it. But you watch the news, you know we found Susana, but there was actually a gun found out there too.
For real?
Yeah. And it's the same serial number. He just verified it.
It's crazy.
I know. So help me walk through it a little bit. Like help me some kind of way. Did you ever go out there where do you know where she was found?
316 somewhere.
Yeah. Do you ever go in the woods and stuff out there?
In the woods, no.
Is there any reason why you would have dropped it out there maybe?
No.
Do y'all do any training out there or anything?
Not over there at least.
Okay. So I'm just curious. That's so crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah. That is crazy.
So you only go over there when you have to go to drill and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang. So do y'all do
like woodland ops or anything?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of like military training.
No.
I don't know. For like SWAT, we do woodland ops.
Yeah. But no, if we do, it wouldn't be. It would be a Fort Stewart. It wouldn't be in our area. It wouldn't be in our area.
They make you go all the way down there?
Yeah, so we do our AT stuff.
I hate that shit.
Yeah.
I hate that drive. They give you good barracks down there.
It's decent.
Yeah.
I've been to Fort McClellan in Alabama.
Where's that? I've never been there.
It's in Alabama.
Okay. That's
crazy. I found my gun.
So
You think it's involved?
I mean, that's a crazy coincidence.
Yeah.
Because I think it got stolen from you the same day, so it's probably someone that was walking around out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Think about.
That's really weird.
Try to think hard with me. Even if it's like a pattern that you normally do. I really need you right now. I'm sorry. I need you to think really hard though with me. I'm dependent on you right now. Look, I want to be like Dorville police officer, helped us solve the Susana Morales case. Think of anybody that was out there that night, because I know you were out there patrolling that night. Think of anything.
That's all I can really think of. Me and my girlfriend actually arguing that night. So I think I just was driving around.
What were y'all arguing about?
I got caught up with my side piece, and it's been back and forth. And that was around the same time. I think I just got back from Florida or something.
For the next 10 minutes, Miles briefly explains the altercation between him and his girlfriend, stating that he drove around arguing with his girlfriend the entire night.
I mean,
it sounds bad, but
I don't think you have anything to hide. I think you're a good person. I mean, you're a police officer. Nobody wants to be a police officer that's shitty. You know what I mean?
Some people out there.
What did draw you to it? No, I'm just trying to.
I know disrespect. I'm really getting, I say perp vibes. They're like suspect vibes right now.
Why?
The way y'all talking.
We're just talking.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But
well, I appreciate you telling me that.
Though Miles is already cognizant that detectives are already suspicious of his involvement, he now verbally confirms his suspicions, thus signaling for a more confrontational approach. Detective Angela's intonations drastically changes from joking to serious. Detectives will now begin to reveal crucial evidence they have since collected that directly ties Miles to the crime.
This is kind of what she looked like that night. She has like curly.
I really see her.
I mean, it's a bright tank top. You didn't see her walking around, maybe?
I would have. Not enough. I would have noticed.
Okay. I mean, she's a pretty girl.
Nah.
I don't even roll like that.
I was going through with my girlfriend right there.
Look. All right. So So you already said like you possibly up there. Your gun was found there.
Yeah.
You know how this goes. We have to do like this, that, and the third to do everything. Which we did. We did our due diligence because I was like, hey, you know, I knew that you were a cop. I'm not dumb. I've been doing this a little while.
Right.
I was like, let me just do my due diligence. So I did get your phone records. So I know you were already up there. Kind of like right there in that area too. So you were there for a little while, but it's like in an area that there's not much places to park in. So I need you to think real hard like where you may have been.
I just drove and then I remember talking to her on the phone.
Yeah, well you were stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you were stopped for a little while, but it's on 316, so there's nowhere to really park unless you pull up on the side of the road. Did you pull up on the side of the road?
No, I don't remember. If I did, I remember. Yeah, I remember. Yep, I remember stopping and.
Like on 316 in the dark area where there's like no little.
I don't think it was dark. I remember. I guess there's no traffic lights, so it's dark, stuff like that. But me, I was on the phone with my girl. I talked. Did you see the phone right when I talked to her at all?
I saw 2 phone calls.
Yeah. So I talked to her and stuff like that, and that's it. And then I went to QT, and she was like, "You want to meet?" Stuff like that. I was like, "Yeah."
Okay. Miles.
Yes.
This is where we're at, okay? And I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Your phone records are there. You make 2 phone calls 3 hours after she's last seen on camera. And your gun is found right there as well with your phone, where those 2 phone calls are placed. Help me out.
So, I understand where this is coming from.
No, I'm saying, I know you do. Just help me out a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know what you're thinking, but no.
What would you think?
You think that's something to do with
No, I said, what would you think?
Oh, no, I totally, I get that part, but now my heart's beating, it's like, whoa, you know? I get that. That's almost like, hey, you know, stuff like that, but no, I never been like that, you know? I would never do something like that. I was actually on the phone with her, her and my side chick, like that, and I'm talking to them about stuff. That's it.
What's your side chick's name?
Avion.
Avion, that's the one that lives.
Austell area.
You getting chased around by your girlfriend and then calling your side chick to decompress.
Yeah. And then I talked to my girlfriend and we ended up meeting and stuff like that.
So the phone records put you literally right there, and it's not your personal phone. You call her on your work phone.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
I think my personal phone was dead.
Okay.
But I have both their numbers. I just need to calm down.
It shows you in the woods.
In the woods? I never left my show. I don't think I was in the woods. My DNA or whatever.
We've done that.
As Detective begins to intensify the seriousness of her questions, Miles attempts to deny these allegations by claiming he was never in the woods. Fortunately, forensic evidence obtained by law enforcement directly contradict these claims.
Soldier to soldier, cop to cop.
Yeah.
I told you I've looked into Susana.
Yeah.
I know what kind of friends she had. I know what she did, and I know how she was. Basically, we know you were there, but we need to figure out why and what happened. I don't think you're a bad guy. I don't. You weren't brought up here in handcuffs or anything.
Yeah, no.
So, and I have your back. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're like family. You know what I'm saying? We're all family here. I got to figure out what happened.
Yeah.
Because there's no arguing if you were there, if you weren't, we know you were.
Right.
So we have to, I know that it was more than you were talking to your girlfriend, there was movement around there, so that's what we have to cover right now, okay? Tell me what happened, please.
I don't know. I literally was with my girlfriend, on the phone with my girlfriend, and that's it. I think I was on Instagram.
So I mean, it can't just, are you saying it's just a mere coincidence that you end up in the woods, the same place Susana ends up?
Her body was found there, dude.
I got honest.
Your gun is found walking distance from
This
her
is the
gun.
time to be 100% honest.
I'm being 100%.
Did she try to rob you? You did say, listen, just hear me out, okay? When I tell you I got your back, trust me, okay? You said your holster's in the passenger seat, because we've been playing this forever. We got this information last week, but we haven't come and run up on you, because we're not worried. We don't think, you know what I'm saying? The holster is in your passenger seat floorboard. Did Susana try to take it?
No, I literally never seen her.
Has Susana ever been in your truck?
No. I literally was by myself. You talk to my girlfriend. When she came up to the front of my truck, stuff like that, nobody was in my truck.
She wasn't there with you.
Who?
Your girlfriend wasn't there with you out there on 316.
No, but when she came at the apartment complex stuff, nobody was in my truck.
Did she get in your truck with you?
With my girlfriend? No. But I remember rolling my window down and everything.
Miles.
I swear I'm being honest. That is crazy.
Miles.
Now I'm nervous.
We got your phone in the woods 3 hours after. Why were you in the woods?
I wasn't in the woods.
You were in the woods.
I was not in the woods.
You were.
Phone pings are very precise.
Do you understand how they work? So one, we got very lucky because there's a tower right there where her body is. So we can get precise locations. It costs a little bit more, but we can get precise locations. Your phone is right there where your gun was dropped. You were in the woods. It's not a question of if you were, if you weren't. You were.
I do not remember being in the woods.
You were in the woods. Is it possible you zoned out?
No, I remember.
You were so mad you forgot, like, walking back there? Because I know when I get mad, I pace around.
Yeah, no.
And I do. You're not helping me out much, man.
I know. I literally, I was on 316. I remember I was on the phone with my girlfriend, stuff like that. But in the woods, no. In the woods, no. I would not do that. Whoa, I'm nervous right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous.
You've been nervous the whole time.
Yeah. Well, since I talked to you outside of your apartment, you've been nervous.
You've been shaking.
Yeah, it's crazy, you know.
I told you you were coming up. You know, we wanted your help and everything, and your hands were shaking in my car.
Yeah, because you know you could interview me there instead of here, so I already knew it was something.
Miles effectively acknowledges being a potential suspect in the ongoing investigation. Detectives had already observed his body language, noting that he appeared visibly nervous throughout the interactions. This apprehension becomes increasingly apparent as Miles confirms their suspicion.
Why did you not want detectives involved in your case?
What do you mean?
You told the officer you didn't want detectives to look for your lost gun.
They got better things to do. I know. No, sorry. Well,
that's not a statement people make.
Well, in Dorville, we have our detectives are busy. Okay. So.
All right. Well, if that's not the case, we're gonna do everything to figure out, to back you on that. All right. Part of that is, let me see. We do have to get your phones, okay?
What?
Because of the phone records pinging and stuff.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. All right. So which ones work, which ones not?
Work, not.
Okay. What's the passcode to the work phone? Do you mind if I check really quick just to double, because sometimes I change my shit?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, bro. All right. You want to see? We'll try to get it done really quick, okay?
Yeah.
0822. You wrote it down?
Yeah.
God, bro, what?
So, what's going to happen if there's going to be a forensic downloads done on those phones?
Yes.
I know you've never been in detective.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what that shows?
No.
You can't delete anything off of them.
Yeah.
Even if you do try, you can physically, you can delete it. But we're going to see everything.
All right.
Like, everything.
Okay.
Listen to me. This is the time. There were no other devices out there. Just let me finish. I know you're, yes, because I want you to trust me, okay? There were no other devices out there. Mm-hmm. None at all. Your device was the only one out there. She went missing. She died there. Your gun is there. Your phone is there, okay? So, this is your moment to talk about it. If shit went wrong and that's not what you wanted, listen, you're not listening to me, okay? this is the moment where you're like, okay, yes, I fucked up. That's not what I'm supposed to do. That's not what was supposed to happen. Her and I were together. I know you're stressed out. I'm not gonna go tell Dorville you were smoking weed. So you went out there with her to smoke weed and she had bad weed. You know what I'm saying?
No. I never smoked weed. None, that time, nothing.
Okay.
God, this looks bad. This looks terrible.
I'm getting frustrated because I feel like you think I'm lying to you.
No, I believe. Really.
Because maybe I am wrong about you. Maybe I'm wrong.
Detective Angela begins to lose her patience and gets frustrated with the suspect, essentially appealing to Miles' morals and effectively ramping up her confrontational method. Police will now reveal that they are aware that he was stalking Alicia and tried to break into her apartment months later.
You also tried to get into a girl's apartment off Annistown.
I did not do that.
You didn't? Oh, your phone was just casually there too?
No, they had a whole investigation about that. I was there, but I didn't try to break in her apartment. She lied.
So what was you trying to do?
I was talking to her. Like we was free. Like
You didn't try to open her door?
Me and my sergeant.
You didn't answer my question. You didn't try to open her door?
Yes.
Okay, I know. Why was you hiding your head?
It was raining.
Oh, it was raining. Where was your PC?
Mm-hmm.
You was wearing a gray jacket.
Yeah, because
that was a violation of 6.
You're right.
Yeah, exactly. Because you didn't want anyone to see your hat because it has your name on the back of your head. Okay?
No, I didn't have a PC on, I swear.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
Because you didn't want people to see your name.
No.
Yes.
She knew exactly where I was. She knew where I was.
She didn't want you there.
She didn't ever tell me that. She never told me that.
Did she invite you over?
No.
You didn't. So you just show up to this girl's apartment and try to break in. That's how it looks, right?
Yeah.
So casually, you're just the victim in all this. You just casually be in all these like victim situations where you're just casually in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's what you're telling me.
No, my sergeant did a whole investigation.
Miles, you gotta just take a minute, take a breath. You gotta stop.
Put me as the suspect in this.
It's okay. Take a breath. Take a deep breath. We need your help. We want to give this family closure.
I understand that.
Your gun's there. Your phone puts you in the woods. What can we give this family?
You're not a bad person, Miles. This is not just an effect on you. This is an effect on all officers everywhere.
I know. I'm not. It's not me. It's not me.
If you were me, what would you do?
I understand that. I don't know.
Tell me. What would you do? Tell me.
Investigate some more stuff like that. I don't know.
Like what?
I know you did your thing. You did your due diligence. It's not me. No. Nothing to do with that part. You can ask my girlfriend. Nobody was with me. When she was with me, even before all that shit, nobody was with me.
How do you explain your truck being parked in front of Susana's house a month after she went missing?
What you mean?
So do you guys use Vigilant? You know what Vigilant is?
Mm-hmm.
So it compiles, you got LPR cars?
Yeah.
So it takes every LPR car, and it takes all the LPR cars from like the repo people,
mm-hmm.
and it puts it into Vigilant, and we can research that.
Mm-hmm.
So doing our due diligence, your truck is sitting outside Susana's house.
Where does she live? I sit outside her house. Where does she live? Jess, can you show me my truck? I can't.
Yep, sure can. No, I can't. It's dead. Pretty sure I took a picture of it though.
Like just sitting there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where she lives. God.
It's not a question about if it's you or not, because we already know that.
No.
But listen, it's a question about what happened, okay?
Understand that. It's not.
It's a question about if you are a cold-blooded killer or if you made a mistake. That's literally where we're at right now. That's where we are. I'm telling you. I'm letting you know. And I just told you what the district attorney's office is probably going to use against you if they pursue anything. How do you think that's going to look?
Bad. Understand it.
So explain what happened. It's not a question. You know you're involved.
No, we're not involved. No, I would not do that and say, well, maybe I messed up. No, none of that. I'm not involved. Not involved. I was into it with my girlfriend that entire night.
Do you black out sometimes when you get angry?
No, not really.
You said not really. What does that mean?
No, I don't black out where I can't remember what I do and stuff like that.
You didn't remember what you did that night?
Well, yeah, it was a while ago, but not like something like that, or, if I killed somebody, I would know that.
Did you kill her?
No.
Were you with her when she died?
No.
Why did you dump her body there?
I didn't dump her body there.
Were you trying to help her and she was already dead when you found her?
No.
You tried to get her pulled up for a couple of seconds.
Outside her house? What?
Mm-hmm.
Detective begins disclosing details that Miles is unaware they have obtained, strategically using this information as leverage. Despite asking questions that might cause the suspect to withdraw, they employ a powerful interrogative technique known as the pause or silence treatment. This tactic is designed to provoke discomfort, encouraging the suspect to continue speaking despite the silence. As the interrogation intensifies, detectives pushes further, hoping that the pressure would cause Miles to break and ultimately confess.
The tag is right here.
Right, but that's where inside the
Santa Ana.
So those, the LPRs, every time I read something, ping, location.
Is that inside my neighborhood?
No.
Then what, her neighborhood?
Yes.
Okay, but I was never parked
inside her house.
Yeah, okay. Inside?
Outside.
No, never parked outside anybody's house.
Why would you be in that complex?
What do you mean? If I ride around, turn around, anything, I'll ride around. I'd never be inside.
So it's possible you were out there?
Possibly. I'm everywhere. But I was never parked in front of anybody's house. I don't remember that.
A lot of coincidences in this case.
What date was that?
That was almost a month after she went missing.
See, no.
We didn't say it was that night. You just had never pinged over there before.
Yeah, well, no.
You're probably over there doing a report. So you're probably over there doing a report.
No, if you tell me what neighborhood it is?
I don't think there's a neighborhood. It's just a street off Singleton.
No. I don't park in the middle of the street to reports.
It's a street off of Singleton. It's a subdivision. They have duplexes.
No, not me. I don't think I ever parked over there.
Well, we know you did.
Well, yeah, but it had to be riding through or something. It's never been parked.
Just like phone pings don't lie.
No, I want to say inaccurate, but I wasn't nowhere in the woods. Like, I would not lie about that.
But you are.
I'm not.
You are.
I would not. Oh, one, this is crazy. The incident itself is crazy. Not in a good way crazy, but bad way crazy. But I got some military police. I will not.
I know. That's why I was hoping you would come in here and do the right thing.
Will not jeopardize any of that.
She's a baby. Look at her. A baby.
Yeah, I'm sure this is a big weight down on you.
Look at her.
Nothing to do with this, so.
I know, but she's still she's tiny. She's a little baby.
Yeah, I know.
Detectives will often have a suspect focus on a photo of the victim during the interrogation. This is to elicit any signs of remorse or weakness in his alibi that detectives could visibly observe. This technique is often paired with probing questions about the victim, designed to heighten psychological stress and further destabilize the suspect's emotional state.
How'd you get her in your truck?
I didn't put her in my truck. What do you mean?
She got in with me?
She never got in my truck.
Did you offer her a ride back to the apartment complex?
No. No, none of that.
Okay. So you didn't have any information on her, right?
No.
At all?
Not really.
Okay. So when I told you we got your phone records, right?
Yeah.
You know, from June 15th to July 15th to August 15th, there were 67 incoming and outgoing calls from your phone, right? Of those, 3 of those were star 67 calls. 2 of them were made on July 30th, that night. Not the night the incident occurred, but the night of July 30th. One was to the first phone number that you just gave me, that one right there. And it was made with the second being ending in 09. So at a moment and then 09. The next number that was placed with star 67 was to Esmeralda. The phone number that was posted everywhere for information.
Oh, right, yeah.
Information to give. Why did you call that number on a blocked number?
Oh, because I don't want them to have my number. But I was trying to see if it was anything inside the neighborhood. Why? That's when I was gun-ho courtesy officer. I really didn't care, but gun-ho courtesy officer. That's a sister, right? I thought it was a sister. But yeah.
How'd you get that number?
It was posted everywhere.
Where?
Instagram and everything.
Okay.
Trying to see if it was hurt anything or anything, you know, like maybe somebody in the complex or something. That's it.
You didn't call. That's your work phone, right?
Which one?
That's your work phone that you used to call her? Yeah.
This one? Yeah.
You called a lot of people from that phone, but you only called yourself on star 67?
Called myself star 67?
Yeah, you did star 67, 678.
I did. I probably wasn't thinking.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. Probably
because you wanted to test it out, right?
No, I know what star 67 is.
Oh, okay. You don't believe me? I'm gonna show you.
No, I believe you. No.
It just doesn't make sense. Why would you do it?
Let's go back to the phone call where you called Esmeralda. What was the conversation like?
I don't remember. It was like, got this number off a post. Just want any information on what happened and stuff like that. And that's it. She was like, she told me real missing stuff like it was nothing that I haven't already seen. So I was okay.
Very odd. Have you ever seen cell phone records before?
Yeah. No, well, sort of. God, this is great.
So it was a pretty long conversation. It was a 6-minute phone call you had with Esmeralda.
He was just explaining everything.
I mean, because you just gave me a rundown in like 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah, but no, she was just explaining everything.
What did she explain to you?
If I remember correctly, she was just, everything I seen on the news, she basically just talked it out, though.
Tell me. What's everything you've seen on the news?
She said that she was walking home from a friend's house. On the news or what she told me?
What she told you?
She said she was walking home from a friend's house. Something about location.
What location?
Her location. And I can't remember exactly what she told. I know I'm mixing what I heard from the news and her up.
I mean, that's a big deal. Elaborate a little bit for us.
No, she told me she was walking home from a friend's house and location and stuff like that, and the phone crashed or something like that. What she said about the phone crashing or something.
What did she say about the phone crashing?
I don't know. She said something about a crash. I remember about a crash. And that's it.
What was the call talking about? 2014-09?
No, I believe you. I remember. I was leaving. I remember I was about to leave.
Make any other star 67 calls to, and you use that phone for work, right?
Yeah.
You call people regularly for work on that phone?
Sometimes.
Why would you block your number for her and not anybody else? Because technically that's for work.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then you called yourself.
I don't know about that. I probably did by
because you wanted to make sure it rang star 67.
No, I know. Sorry, I did that before. You didn't
accidentally call yourself before. on your records? That's not a normal thing. Everything is not looking good.
Was that crash report because you threw Susan's phone out the car?
No. What? No.
As the mounting evidence against Miles continues to accumulate, detectives made it clear that asserting his innocence would be an increasingly difficult challenge. They were also aware that Miles had contacted the victim's sister from a blocked number. This particular aspect of the case raised significant concern, suggesting that Miles either attempted to cover his tracks or, disturbingly, sought to taunt the grieving family.
You know what's gonna happen next?
What?
We're going to do a search warrant at your apartment.
Okay.
Search warrants are going to be conducted on your phones. We are going to be taking and impounding not only your truck, but also your patrol vehicle.
Okay.
Search warrants will be done on those. We are going to process the hell out of them. Why would her DNA be in there for any reason? Because they're going to find DNA because DNA lasts forever. It does not go away. There's no way we can get it 6 months later. It's not stale. It's going to be there. Yeah. So give us a reason why it would be in there if you've ever given her a ride or anything, because I know we're probably going to find it.
Oh.
No?
Mm.
There's no reason why any of her stuff, anything should be there.
Mm.
All right.
I'm kind of curious. Why call Esmeralda when you know all these West Side officers? You're a cop yourself. So why would you not just reach out to the agency, the apartment you live in, but hey, I'm a courtesy officer here. Like anything I can do to help. Like I can get cameras for it. I can do this. I can do that. Why would you not reach out and do that? Why would you reach out to a teenager?
I didn't know she was a teenager. I thought she was an adult. I didn't know who. I just saw the number.
And no, that's not. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's not normal behavior.
No.
If I have a question, I'm gonna call my homeboy that we're set. And why do you think call Soto?
I didn't want to really call West Side guys and be like, hey, information on this stuff like that, because I wasn't really. It was just a quick thing. Let's see if there's anything over here. You know, it was really a quick, not over 2 second thought. That's all it was.
You sure wanted to see if anybody saw you pick her up and take her?
I could be positive it wasn't. I'm absolutely positive.
I'm trying. It kind of sounds familiar. You didn't want to involve West Side officers. It's kind of like you didn't want to involve detectives in your missing gun case.
Oh, no, that's just...
You casually went missing the same place you were when you were there the night before when you called your girlfriend after fighting with her. I don't know. Maybe you were a monster.
Oh, hell no.
Prove it wrong. I don't believe you. Right now, that's the only thing I'm thinking of. And that's what everyone else is going to think, too. Because right now, if something went bad, you got to talk to us about it. If you were involved with her, she's 16. I don't give a f what y'all had going on. You talked about all these side pieces you had. Yeah. If you had a side piece with her, cool. Just tell us that.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
As detective begins to conclude the interrogation, they briefly inform him that he should come clean before they launch a comprehensive forensic analysis into his phone records, vehicle, and apartment. Despite the overwhelming evidence stacked against him, Miles persists in maintaining his innocence, dismissing the situation as a mere misunderstanding.
Tell me a little bit about the night you went to Snowville, where we have you on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to go into the girl's apartment.
Nothing. I was leaving drill.
She wasn't answering the phone, right?
Who, her?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Alicia.
So she wasn't answering the phone, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
No, I was leaving drill, and normally when I leave drill, we'll talk or something like that. And I know she's been arguing with a boyfriend, like back and forth. It's a boyfriend that has seizures, and they go at it, And I heard we've been on the phone. We've told crazy stories about him and her and stuff like that. And just went to check on her. Just went to check that. Like if you pull the report from my sergeant, wherever they did an IA on it, not an IA, whatever it's called, they did that on it, and they investigated and stuff like that. But it was nothing in the ill intent at all. Like I thought of her before that incident, of her as like a best friend, a sister, like somebody really close to me. Never thought of her sexually, none of that.
Then why would she report you doing that?
I don't. That's what me and my sergeant was having a conversation about. I was like, I do not know. That is crazy.
Detective Dorset, when you go to visit somebody, what do you do?
Let them know I'm coming.
And when you get to the door?
I knock.
And I remember she said she had her apartment got broken into before. I think that was the reason for the door check.
For you?
Yeah, I'm like her brother, man. Just to me, I'm like her brother.
After she tells you not to come, that she has a boyfriend, and then you're still coming over there.
She has never told me not to come. She has a boyfriend. She has sat in my truck and talked to me about her boyfriend before. There's never been nothing like that.
So you came and checked her door while you're wearing instead of wearing your cold weather gear or your beanie, you're wearing, or your PC, you put on a jacket to conceal your identity. Make sure you face away from the camera and wear gloves while you pull on her door. I'm just saying it out loud to make sure I got all the facts straight.
No, I didn't. I had on a gray jacket because it was wearing that. I took my top off, and I don't wear that top, so.
Did you get your you got your driver's license and stuff replaced? Because you said your wallet was stolen.
No, I ended up finding that. I called back. I had called back and told them I found my wallet. I had called back until I found my wallet. It was actually in the room. Me and my girl was looking for it for a minute.
Okay. When did you call back?
I don't know. I don't remember. I remember calling back and saying I found my wallet. Because I remember calling back, and he has a detective was like, oh, okay, I'll give a detective call you back. And I remember calling back.
Okay. So, I told you what's about to happen. Anything we should be concerned about?
No.
That we're going to get the downloads and stuff?
No.
Not necessarily just this case, but anything else?
No, I mean, I have naked pictures of me and my girl and different girls, stuff like that. But
search history, anything?
No.
Okay. You got anything else?
No. Just really disappointed we can't give some closure to Suzanne's family.
All right, let's hang out.
On February 13, 2023, Miles Bryant was convicted of kidnapping and the murder of 16-year-old Susana Morales. Cell phone data placed Miles at the exact location where Susana remains were ultimately discovered. Additionally, the firearm Miles had reported stolen was found near the crime scene. A subsequent search of Miles' cellular device revealed disturbing queries, including how long does it take a body to decompose, and how are you identified by dental records? Unfortunately, due to the severe decomposition of the body over the course of 7 months, Dr. Carol Terry, a Gwinnett County pathologist, was unable to determine an exact cause of death.
Point in the examination and the autopsy in determining the cause of death.
Okay, well, I examined the remains. Let's see, the remains were found on the 6th. I was doing the examination on the 7th. I had employees who responded back to the scene to canvass the scene during the daylight hours to see if we could find any more physical remains there at the scene. I was doing the examination on the 7th and did not see any skeletal trauma to the remains that I have, and was able to make the positive identification upon being given the dental records on the 8th. So in looking at everything that I had, I could not arrive at a specific cause of death. Again, I'm limited in what I have. I just have bones here. But as I mentioned earlier, as a medical examiner, we don't conduct examinations in a vacuum. And you've got to consider the circumstances. And then once knowing who this deceased was, young female, no known significant medical conditions, last known to be alive some distance from where these remains were found. Also, in the course of doing the examination at the scene, I didn't find any personal effects. I didn't find any remnants of clothing So it looks like she's likely nude at the scene. And so many years ago, early in my training, I was told when filling out death certificates, one of the things that's important is to be consistent. And throughout my career, if I don't have demonstrable physical trauma to the remains, I will tend to use the term undetermined, and then will specifically say why. In this case, I called the cause of death undetermined due to decomposition with skeletonization. I believe if I had had the intact body, I could have come up with a specific cause of death, but I'm limited based on what I have. The body is too decomposed. All I have is a skeleton. Because the circumstances, again, young female, this isolated area where it's far removed from where she was last known to be alive, and no personal effects, no clothing. As a medical examiner with 30 years of experience, if I were to see an intact individual at this type of a scene, first thing I'm going to think of is some type of homicidal violence, specifically some type of asphyxial type component, strangulation, suffocation, chest compression, things of that nature. Because if you have a nude individual, nude or partially nude, that better be, as a medical examiner, that better be one of the first things you're thinking about. And so the fact that she doesn't have any skeletal trauma does not exclude that. And again, my cause of death undetermined due to decomposition with skeletonization. It's not, if I could test this or that, I could come up with a cause of death. There's no getting around the fact that I don't have what I need to have to make to rule out what I think is going on.
On June 3, 2024, Miles Bryant's trial would commence and span a total of 1 week. The proceedings included testimonies from investigators, friends, and family members, as well as the presentation of evidence. Miles Bryant was convicted of malice murder, felony murder, kidnapping, and false report of a crime. Miles is currently incarcerated at the Georgia Diagnostic and Classification Prison in Jackson, Georgia, where he is serving his life sentence.
Family members of the victim's family would like to speak and give an impact statement to the court. I'd first like to call up Ms. Jasmine Perez.
Will you pull that microphone down, please?
Ms. Perez, you can tell the court what you'd like.
My name is Jasmine Perez. Susana was my little sister. First of all, I just wanted to thank everybody for working on this case. All we ever wanted was justice for what happened to her. So I want to thank her for that. I mean, nothing will ever bring her back to this day. I still hope that I'll see her again.
There's nothing to be sorry about.
I just ask that he receives the maximum sentence because no family, no mother, no father, no one deserves to go through this. And no one deserves to go through what he went through all these years. These 2 years, I'm sorry.
Jasmine, I'm so sorry you lost your sister. I'm so sorry you lost your sister.
And I just wanted to thank everybody. Thank you, the juror, Connor, everybody that worked in this case. I think you guys worked so hard to give justice for my sister. I just wanted to let you know what our family went through. Seeing my mom devastated every single day, not knowing what could happen to my sister was very, very disappointing, devastating. Seeing my mom not eat, not be able to sleep, seeing my mom not wanting to cover herself, thinking that she could be somewhere lost, thinking the worst as the days pass. It's very, very hard not to think anything positive. As days, months, weeks passed, our minds were thinking the worst. Every single day, we had a different theory what could have happened to her. Maybe she got kidnapped. We didn't know anything. Every day was a new series in our mind, like a movie going through our heads. What was happening? What was she going through? Is she being held? Is she being forced to do something? I couldn't even have intimacy with my husband, thinking that she could have been being raped during that time. Seeing my mom lose weight that she never lost over years. She lost weight over 25 pounds during not knowing. Thinking in the rain. Is she wetting herself? Is she outside? We didn't know. It was something that I don't desire anybody to go through. And we're here today. Thank you, thanking everybody that was involved to have this moment where at least we know something and have peace knowing that justice was made. And I want to thank you and our family for the full closure of this case.
I am so sorry for the loss of your sister. And I hope that after today there will be some measure of peace for you.
Thank you.
That is what I wish upon you, that you'll have some peace.
Thanks again.
Mr. Bryant, do you want to say anything?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you like to say anything for?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
No, you can speak from there.
I just want to apologize to everybody and to the victim's family. Sorry,
That's it. Mr. Bryant, on count 1, malice murder, I sentence you to life without the possibility of parole. Count 2 and count 3, I believe, vacate as operation of law. Count 5, I sentence you to 12 months, which is the maximum I can, consecutive to your life without the possibility of parole. Thank you. You may go with the deputies.